Hey everyone. We're gonna talk about Raw. Uh, so for a little bit of reference, our friend Chris had talked a little bit about kind of the issue of NXT talent either being called up to the main roster and essentially being buried, or uh, NXT roster that didn't have as much time being brought up to the main roster, and seeing the differences in the successes and failures. Um, and I bring that up as a preface because this 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 week's Raw was an interesting one as far as like call ups from NXT go. So let's get into it, shall we, James?
Yeah, like I said, it's almost eerie to how it seemed to just highlight all the marks that Chris had in the video
Yeah,
and everything. And like as we said before, as a little joke for us, that script was actually written, I believe, back in May, and we finally got it done.
exactly. It was
You know,
yeah,
a couple of
it was a
days
script
ago.
that was some time in the
And
making.
just as we did it, yeah, it's been some time in the making. And just as we got it and get WWE main roster, Raw seems to emphasize everything that was on the video. So we're ahead
But
of the curve on
yeah,
that one. So
yeah,
and the issue I had, is, as you said, the reason why we had the issue is the Raw wasn't bad. It started out pretty good. You know, John Cena shows up. John Cena's a mega star. John Cena does John Cena stuff.
yeah.
We're good. Then the one of the things that really just upset me, and I lost it, and we were having our little Discord and everything, and I went crazy on it, was what they brought Karrion Kross for Raw. One, they did the video for Karrion Kross, and then you notice one thing: no Scarlett. And then for people who don't watch watch NXT and everything, knows Karrion Kross, Scarlett, they're like peanut butter and jelly. They work. It works. He works together. They work together. It works. It works. I mean, why are we breaking up? Why are we breaking up something that actually works? But okay, all right. We're not gonna do Scarlett. Scarlett's earmarked for something good. All right, good. All right, so we bring Kross in. He's wearing the NXT heavyweight title. Good. Like I said, he's NXT champion. They're building him. Hey, he's big bad. All that. Jeff Hardy. All right, we have Jeff Hardy, legend.
They
Yes,
brought
Jeff
back
Hardy.
No
Jeff
More
Hardy's got it all.
Words
They're
because we have a
Yep,
crowd
they brought
again.
back No More Words. Yeah, they brought back No More Words. So Hardy proceeds. So Kross, I thought it's going to end up being Karrion Kross pretty much stomps Jeff Hardy into the ground. Hey, we're trying to build Kross as the next star. Hardy losing, getting beat up, and everything won't hurt Hardy at all. He's a Hall of Fame. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. Yeah. Under 2 minutes, 2 minutes, Kross loses. Now everybody say, "Oh, I know people will say, oh, well, Jeff Hardy had to cheat to beat him and everything." That doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter because people are not going to remember how Hardy won. Just remember he won. So you have just got a guy who, and here's this: a lot of people that watch Raw don't watch NXT. I hate to say it, but a lot of people that do watch Raw do not watch NXT like that. So this is their first look at Karrion Kross, and they see him lose to Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
I blew a gasket, and it's like,
yeah, because that's okay. Because how do I want to put this? I know for me personally, it was. I think I didn't. It's really hard to like. You have kind of what actually happened and where they can go from it. And I like the
yeah,
best way for me to look on the bright side of it, which is I in particular like try to tend to do, is I have to look at it from the standpoint of, okay, where do we actually go from here? And it's all like there's two things about it that work out in favor of what happened. But that notwithstanding, it was such a weird decision on their end. Like,
yeah, it's a weird decision.
but
I
yeah,
agree, and you're probably the same thought I have. Where they probably want to go is, I think the only way they can. My thought is the only way they can really get out of this is he needs to murder
right. Like
Jeff Hardy,
like the
literally
next time
murder
that they
him.
meet, and I think and there's so many different ways that you can look at how they do that. It could be either that he needs to have Scarlet with him or something. Literally anything, as long as they build from it. I think there's a way to pivot from
Yeah,
but the decision itself was weird. On the flip
it's
side of this,
weird.
because like I said, I want to talk about Raw a little bit here. On the flip
Uh
side
huh.
of this was a lovely, lovely moment to end Raw. One that I in particular was very happy to see, which was, we saw the rematch, the championship rematch between Charlotte Flair and Rhea Ripley. Which I'm forgetting some
Mm-hmm.
of the details. I think that ended in like a DQ or something. Like
No,
it
it
ended in
ended.
some kind
Yeah,
of schmoz, I
no, yeah, it
think.
ended in DQ.
Right,
She
she got
got
herself
herself
DQ'd.
DQ'd. Flair got
So,
herself DQ'd.
yeah,
As
and so that
champions
was,
of NXT.
it was what it was. That's what you tend to see something do. Or at least it also helped it helped more firmly establish her as the heel, because this was a thing that I realized pretty much
Yeah,
in the whole build up was there were times when it's very confusing who the heel of the feud was supposed to be. But
they
that
were.
aside for a
Yeah, that.
second,
Yeah,
no, it's okay.
yeah.
That
I know.
aside, the big focus for me is the women's Money in the Bank winner, Nikki A.S.H, almost a superhero, comes rushing in with her briefcase, and she cashes it in. And I know a bunch of people that I was talking to on Monday night. They were like, "Oh, is she?" A bunch of people had this really bad feeling, like almost in their gut, that she was going to end up being like the first one to unsuccessfully cash in or something, like, or at least she was going to, or yeah, the first
First
woman to
woman. Yeah.
unsuccess, at the very least that she would be unsuccessful. They're like, oh, this whole thing, that it was almost like they wasted the whole thing about her winning or something. But no, she cashed it in. The only, if I had one minor complaint, it was that I was a little confused on the fact that they started the match before it being, maybe I missed the details or something, because it didn't look like they did the whole thing where
What?
they check and make sure if Charlotte was actually like ready, because they've done that in the past where they made sure someone was actually ready
Yeah,
before
yeah.
they.
I think it
But
was a bad angle.
yeah,
I think it
but
was the angle.
that
I think
that's a
I
minor
think it was the
gripe, and
angle of it.
otherwise a fun segment where, oh, okay, they're actually doing the match, so that's good. Then the concern was, okay, is there going to be some kind of schmoz that ends this so that Charlotte escapes? And no,
I would have.
Nikki won with a
I would
cross
have
body,
liked. No, no. Yeah,
and we have a new Raw Women's
it could have been
Champion.
smoother. I mean, I loved it. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed
Could
it.
have
It
been
could have been
smoother,
smoother.
but
Like you said, yeah, it kind of got a little wonky a little bit because it was like kind of she like knocks
yeah.
her
So
down
the
and everything,
hmm
and then gets up there, hits
and
the
it was fine,
crossbody, and gets the
and it was a
cover.
lovely
And
moment to
it
end.
could have ended up being if
Yeah,
they could have had Rhea, maybe Rhea could
right.
have hit her with like the
So
riptide or something
like
before that, and she could have just laying there like kind of trying to get up, and then Nikki could have come
right.
smacked her,
So,
and then got
but
up and
I
did the
will
thing.
say,
But
like, it was a lovely
it is
moment
what it
to
is.
end the very
Yeah,
first Raw in a long time
it,
to
it
have a live crowd. So yeah,
chance, yeah, live crowd. Yeah, it brought me back up because after the cross thing and all that, it brought me back up, and I was
yeah.
happy they
So
like that for that. So yeah, so it was a
yeah,
weird
and
Raw
and as
in
I
that
kind of
regard.
joked about before, like Raw very much took the WWE Universe on a roller coaster ride. Whether it was the high of that ending and the high of some of the other, like, I had some people explain to me that, saying that basically Raw started and ended strong, and then there were some points that weren't so great in the middle.
Yeah,
I'm not even, if I'm being completely honest, I'm not even gonna touch on Keith Lee losing to Bobby Lashley in the way that she
yeah,
did,
Keith
and
Lee or the return
yeah, of what's his face
Goldberg,
coming back after that. But the point is,
but
Raw took us on a ride on Monday.
yeah. Yeah, and like I said, I can't, and I can say this. At least it gave us some unpredictable stuff. But on the cross thing to end this, and
Yeah,
we'll probably end it here. But on the cross thing, I know what they were trying to do, and here's how I would have done it, just to make it better. I would have done the same thing: bring Cross in, bring no words, do all that, and I would have Cross actually do destroy him, beat him up completely, wipe him out. People go, oh man, he just killed Jeff Hardy. And then next week, Jeff Hardy does the interview. Oh, I want him a rematch. It was, Jeff Hardy's talking big. I want a rematch. What he did, everything. I want to redeem myself. I'm Jeff Hardy. I know what I need to do.
Right.
And then, Kross kind of smile, with a smirk. If he wants to get beat up again, hey, I'll do it again, not a problem. And then Jeff does the little, if he cheats, what he does to get the pin.
Yeah.
He sneaks the pin like that and gets out of there. And then have Kross
Yeah,
kind of go,
I mean, yeah, I
going
think
to kill him now. That would have
I
worked
think that is
better.
I think
That would
that's
have
honestly
fit
one
better.
thing WWE is definitely guilty of on occasion is backwards booking, because that's yeah. But yeah, overall, like Raw
That's what I
was
think they were.
definitely
I
good
think that they were
for the
trying
most part
to.
overall, but there were definitely highs and lows. So yeah. But with that said, yeah,
Like I said, we got to look forward to the next Raw next week. So hey, well,
yep.
take us out of here,
But
Alex.
yes,
We're good to go.
so thanks for checking us out. Be sure to like this if you like it, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you guys next time.